program Freeman wants to run and the expectations that we have around here. It's a standard of excellence. So by no means does that surprise me.
Do teams ask you what it was like about, like, when they ask you about CO, or do teams in these interviews, are they curious about the staff here, even how Coach Freeman does it?
Yeah, special teams coordinator brought up Coach Mason, and then a few coaches brought us CO too. So like I said, no surprises there.
Do you think NFL interest is there about Coach Freeman? Is that something to monitor?
I think Freeman's going to want to be here for a while, whether he has the interest or not.
Yeah. Do they ask you about him?
Nah. I mean, other than like how's the transition from Northwestern to here and the differences between the head coaches, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Freeman's here to stay. If I had to guess.
What was this process like for you? Were there any surprises? Did you learn anything?
I think it was big for me to be training down there at Dallas and Exos. They really gave me a good idea of what to expect in this process. So I would nothing really caught me by surprise. I had a good idea of the interviews, a good idea of the different psychological testing, and then a good idea of what they want us to do out here on the field. So I felt very prepared for this.
And what's next for you now?
What's next is I stay in shape until the team calls my name.
Brandon, is there any one thing in your career that has prepared you for this, to really get you to this point?
It's hard to pick out one thing, man. I feel like every step I've taken in this process has been what prepares me. From me redshirting my true freshman year and sitting down and learning a playbook, to being All-American that following year, to going to Northwestern that following year, making a decision if I'm going to Clare, come back, and then ultimately here, every part of this process prepared me to be at the next level.
A lot of things preparing you physically, but what about a mental aspect? You know, what have you learned about yourself from a mental aspect?
Yeah, sorry, I'm about to sneeze. Wait, sorry, can you repeat that?
What's the biggest mental thing that you've learned about yourself?
I think coming over here to Notre Dame and the challenge and the want to win a national championship is kind of that reminder of me that I want to be the best. There's no questions about it. At this Notre Dame, this culture, they want to be the best. They want to win the most. They want to compete at the highest level every year. And me coming into this program and absorbing that culture and really like feeling it out and like realizing mentally that that's what I want. I want to be the best, and I want to be pushed as hard as I can to get there.
What do you say when they ask?
When you got here, Xavier Watts had been the safety for about 10
heard
minutes.
about that.
About 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
How did you see him grow in the time here and be in the backfield with you?
Xavier Watts is going to be one of the big stars in this team next year, and so I've seen him grow tremendously. Like just whether it's in the meeting rooms and how he learns and how he takes CO's coaching, and then out here on the field, letting his physical presence be known and his ability. Like similarly to me, I used to be a receiver, and so for him to be a receiver on that back end and then put that wit, that knowledge to it, that's what's going to make him a great player.
What do you tell teams when they ask about you're so productive, the ball hawking at Northwestern last year? You had a second one wiped out by penalty, but you didn't have to tell Justin about that. But what do they ask about that?
But it makes you feel any better. One of the teams still showed that clip, so it didn't go forgotten.
That was it. That was just as good as the pick six. But do they ask about it, and what's the answer?
About my ball skills?
What about just the raw interception numbers?
Yeah, you saying like
you didn't have as many.
Okay, you're asking about the decrease. Yeah.
Yes.
I think they did ask about that. That was one of the things that was brought up. What about your production numbers? And that's just the reality of getting your name out there at an early age, and the only thing is you can turn around and figure out how to be the best player out there and figure out how to help your team however you can. So they brought it up. They just wonder like why, and I'm like, I'm out here doing everything I can in terms of to get the ball, and sometimes it don't go my way, so I got to figure out other ways to be an impact. And personally, I took that as step up as a leader. Here they got a bunch of seniors. It's a senior-led team, a leader as of last year. Pretty sure they still got a lot of seniors, but so to be able to step up in that leadership role was something that was big, seeing that those numbers dropped.
Was it scheme related? I think Coach Golden told us like at mid-season you're still getting because you like zone better than for interception reasons, for obvious reasons. You could be
sure.
the center fielder. But were you in more man, and that was part of the reason? Is that
I'm not gonna say that. I think a scheme is a scheme, and I can fit in any of them. So.
Sure.
I want to think that I can do whatever I can, and a quarterback's going to do the scouting report and make his decisions out there in the game.
What do you think of the ball that Hartman throws?
Oh, he's throwing it nice, man. He's throwing it nice. They're all on the money. Those two early ones I tried to get too fancy, so I'm excited. I'm really excited to see what he does here next year.
Yeah.
Y'all got a good one. I wish I was here for him.
Right? Have you gotten to talk to him a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. I ran into him, met him the other day. I've only been here for a few days, so I'll be here lingering over the next few weeks. I'll make sure he knows what's going on.
Yeah. He still doesn't know where to go.
Yeah,
Eat and whatever. Do you have any questions for you?
We not like that.
Yeah.
It was a pretty short interaction
Yeah.
so far.
You mentioned Ramon being a.
Man, I've had this feeling this whole entire time.
Take care of that.
It's just lingering. It's all right.
You mentioned Xavier as a guy who, when you got here, he'd only played safety for a little bit. Ramon, kind of same thing. What did you notice from him, just growth-wise, and even at the end of last year, where it seemed like he was a lot more involved?
Yeah, no, them two, and Ramon is. Both of them are going to be great players, and both of them are developing. I mean, that's what you want to see from guys like this. It's just development and consistent improvement, and that's what they do. I'm excited to see Ramon step up this year as a leader, him and X step up as a leader, and so I got big hopes for him.
Josh and Jared and even some other guys mentioned, like you said, they're hanging around here until right around the draft. Do you guys kind of train together in the Goob, or just kind of doing your own thing?
There's a little, even when I was here leading up to this week, and I was here like a few weeks ago, we got a little session that goes on between us pro day and post-season guys, post-college guys. So we got a little workout sessions going on.
Yeah.
I was asking Tariq about, just like preparing for the combine and preparing for pro days and things like that. And he says the preparing for that sort of doesn't really mimic how you actually prepare for practices and games. Could you talk a little bit about
it's
that?
completely different. I mean, it's like preparing for a track meet. I felt like I was a track runner out here, making sure that I can get really technical in these different drills and make sure that I'm just the best player that I am, but it's 100% different. Like in that weight room with Bayless, like they push you to your limits, and it's not really like that. It's like, let's make sure we're getting stronger and let's make sure we're getting technical and improving. So it's definitely different.
A lot of support out here, people upstairs, people down here, a lot of people that didn't necessarily have to be here coming out to show you guys love. How was that?
And that's Notre Dame for you, man. That's how it goes around here.
That's all I got.